It's a skill that was virtually unknown when our parents were kids. It's a skill that's in great demand today and will be in even greater demand in coming years. You can learn it in a class, in a club, from a book, or online. And yet so many of us are afraid to try, especially us girls. I'm talking about coding, learning to write programs for computers. But as Ava reports, there's one teen working hard to change that.
There are many excuses teens give for not wanting to learn to code. For example, some fear that it's like trying to master a foreign tongue. Others aren't sure which program language to learn: Python, JavaScript, Ruby, or something else. Then there's the question whether you should code for PC or Mac. Those issues don't seem to be a boy or girl thing, yet coding has definitely been dominated by males. A recent survey of software developers showed that only 8% are female. Keep in mind that there are lots of benefits of learning to code. It improves problem solving, as well as math and writing skills, even creativity. The fact that so many devices will depend on code is why coding is often called the language of the future. One of the most brilliant minds in modern science, physicist Stephen Hawking, said this: "Whether you want to uncover the secrets of the universe, or you just want to pursue a career in the 21st century, basic computer programming is an essential skill to learn." No question, just about all of us, as Stephen Hawking said, want to pursue a career in the 21st century. Yet, clearly boys are far ahead of girls when it comes to learning to code. We'll show you how one teen is working to even things up, one girl at a time. Teen Kids News will be right back. We're talking about coding, writing programs that communicate with computers. It seems to be something that attracts more boys than girls. But Julia Palacios is hoping to change that. You became interested in coding when you were only in 4th grade. How did that happen?
My first time with computer science was introduced in 4th grade, and they taught us a very short computer science lesson, and it was very fun for me.
In high school, you joined a coding club for beginners, but you were in for a surprise, weren't you?
Yes, I was. When I joined, there were not as many girls in the class as boys. And the second thing was the girls who were in the class didn't have the same excited mindset. For example, there were some girls who would sit in the back and just do things like be on their phone and watch Netflix.
Why do you think girls weren't as into coding as boys were?
The main reason why they weren't as into coding was because of the typical stereotype, the gender stereotypes with girls not being into computer science or really STEM in general as much. So they carried what they had experienced in their life beforehand and they carried it into the class.
Good point. And by STEM, you mean science, technology, engineering, and math. Now tell us about Computing Minds, the nonprofit organization you started to help change that.
I started Computing Minds when I was in that class. It got me thinking about how could I get more girls involved in computer science. And what I realized is that I had a really fun first experience with computer science, and that translated into my first computer science class, really being interested, having a really excited mindset. So I thought that if I could teach girls computer science at a young age, get them really excited, have a fun first experience, then they could carry it on for later in life.
What exactly does Computing Minds do?
Our main program is our coding program. So we teach girls ages 9 to 12 the fundamentals of computer science in a really entertaining and engaging, fun way. And we also have a few other programs. Another one of them is our art, science, and engineering classes. As it starts to close, the penny actually starts to reflect more and more pennies. So our programs all together come to make girls really excited about computer science and just be a fun, supportive environment.
That does sound like fun. And you even give out scholarships?
Yes, we do. So we had our first scholarship, and that was to support women who are going into college and who are pursuing computer science.
Any other big plans for Computing Minds?
Yes, we are going to be having our annual Women in STEAM conference, and STEAM stands for Science, Technology, Engineering, Art, and Mathematics. So it's very similar to STEM, but it actually integrates the arts as well. And we just started a new project actually that is called Project Latina STEAM, and that's where we partnered with a school in Mexico, specifically Tijuana, Mexico, and that is to work with students and get them interested in more STEAM related activities. I am Mexican American, so I think it's very important to not only think about bringing more female representation to computer science, but I'm also very passionate about bringing more ethnic diversity, not only to specifically just computer science, but also to STEAM in general.
That's really important. Now, a lot of people think you have to only love math and computers to be into coding. Is that true?
No, I wouldn't say that's true. For example, I love to knit. I run track and cross country at school. I love to go on hikes with my dogs and my family. There's a lot of other interests that I have, but I also enjoy computer science. And even for someone who, for example, loves art and that's like their biggest passion, they can be really into art and also get involved with computer science.
I figured that. Just wanted the audience to hear that it's possible to love computers and still be a regular kid. Good luck with Computing Minds.
Thank you.
As Mark Zuckerberg, the founder of Facebook, says, my number one piece of advice is you should learn how to program. And if you still have any doubts that women can be as great at math and science as men, watch the movie Hidden Figures. It's based on a true story.
Equilateral, trapezoid, isosceles, tetrahedron.
I've never seen a mind like the one your daughter has. You have to see what she becomes.
What she becomes is not just one of the first Black women to work as a mathematician at NASA, but one of the very few women whizzes to help launch the U.S. space program. But, as they say on TV, wait, there's more. The person called the human computer was a female. Her name was Shakuntala Devi. In 1980, before an audience at London's Imperial College, she was given 2 sets of numbers, each 13 digits. She multiplied them correctly in just 28 seconds. Oh, and did I mention she did it in her head? Amazon recently released a movie about this amazing woman. It's named after her, Shakuntala Devi.
372891.
How do you do it?
923.
How are you doing this?
How? 2773730.
Mr. V just made it to the Guinness Book of World Record.
So, anyone who figures that girls can't do math or code as well as guys figured wrong. For Teen Kids News, I'm Ava.